how do you think organizations can do a better job supporting their retirees and that transition with, providing wellness resources or an open line of communication? Like, what do you think that they could do to help make that transition easier?
I think it's preparing well before that everything takes place. And I've been to countless retirement parties, and we wish everybody well, and we have this lovely showing, and people show up from the community and all the things, and it's great. And then the moment they walk out the door, people are like, "Who?" And it's this really strange phenomenon of like, "Well, yeah, but he retired." And that's great. He did a great job. Yeah, he was really nice. And then we move on to the next thing. So I think it's not only, quite frankly, not always necessarily just the department's job, but it's also falls upon a personal decision to make as you transition out, because it's your life afterwards. Policing is a fantastic career, and I would never do it over again any different because I loved it so much, and I still am very passionate about it, as you probably can pick up. But it's a job, and it doesn't define who I am and what I'm about. I did the very best I could. And one thing, to be again vulnerable, is sometimes after I left, I've been told a few times, like, just because you're gone doesn't mean what you didn't have impact on things. So celebrate those successes. You did a really good job. And I know so many countless professionals that retired and said, and I would tell them, like, man, you were one of the best. Like, wow, you just did an awesome job. I'm amazed with all this stuff. And so your accomplishments don't decrease when you leave. Not like the stock market, it doesn't go up and down. What you did is what you accomplished. And so those things are what they are. Take some pride in that and say, you know what? I gave it 100% and I did a great job, but now it's my time. And now it's time for me to do something that I really want to do and I want to focus on, that I want to pour my heart and soul into. And I'm gonna do it a little bit more for me this time, without it's such great costs, because policing takes a lot out of you. So I think preparing people through the wellness initiatives we talked earlier, whether it's, and we're terrible about it in policing, like talking about investing when you first start in a police department, you're making this money and it's great, it looks great, but so many people are like, I'm going to go buy the best car, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to do that. Start putting your money aside to prepare for the future. And we don't talk about that enough. And it's just one aspect of wellness, like we discussed. So having those resources up front and making sure we support those throughout, and whether it's still involved in a spiritual group that's involved with the agency, or mentoring, or something else. There's so many options that you can be a part of. But at some point, you need to understand that you need to step away. And it's the healthy and right thing to do. And that doesn't mean it doesn't diminish your career or the fact that you did an amazing job. It means that that's the next stage of your life. This is the next chapter, and it's up to you to write it. And at the end of the day, you got to figure out which pen you're going to use to do it.